Mrs. Tratner for Life Science, and we are looking at lesson number 3, photosynthesis and cellular respiration. These are the objectives that we're covering throughout the unit. Our goals for today is we're going to take a look at photosynthesis and review cellular respiration. We will be doing an in-class activity for photosynthesis. So this is the recorded part of that lesson, and then in class we will be doing an activity with photosynthesis. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at the review questions, you can always pause the recording as I go through these. You can write them down so you know them before class, or if you are an independent student and want to review, perfectly fine. Okay, so what I want you to think about before you come to class is, what is photosynthesis? What do you know about photosynthesis? I'd like you to pause the recording now. I'd like you to jot down some ideas. What you're going to be asked to do is to put your thoughts on the whiteboard or into the chat box. Independent students, you should do the same thing, and then you can watch the recorded class. Also, what I want you to think about is, does photosynthesis occur in animal cells? And if it does or it doesn't, do we call it the same thing? What occurs in animal cells? Is it photosynthesis? Is it not photosynthesis? If it's not photosynthesis, what is it? What is that process called? So I'd like you to pause the recording and jot your notes down. Okay, so when we talk about photosynthesis, okay, plants go through both processes. They go through photosynthesis, and they also go through respiration, okay, which is a little bit different than animal cells. What happens with photosynthesis is that carbon dioxide is taken into, oxygen is taken into hang on. Okay, so when we have the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is taken into the leaves. Through sunlight and chlorophyll, the process of photosynthesis will occur. It's a chemical reaction. When the chemical reaction takes place, oxygen and water are the byproducts of photosynthesis. When we talk about respiration, respiration is when oxygen is taken in, a chemical reaction takes place, and carbon dioxide is released. Now, plants go through both processes, as we're going to see. Animals only go through one. So what will happen here in photosynthesis? The energy from the sun interacts with the plant leaf. The chloroplasts is where the process of photosynthesis will take place, and it's a chemical reaction. So as water and oxygen enter the cell, the plant cell, and go to the chloroplast, the energy from the sun causes a chemical reaction to take place. When the chemical reaction takes place, oxygen and sugar are the products of the chemical reaction. Oxygen is released from the plant because that's a waste product for the plant, and sugar is then transferred to the mitochondrion, and cellular respiration takes place. And remember, with cellular respiration, in the mitochondria, that's where the energy is made and released so the cell can continue. So plants actually do both cellular respiration and photosynthesis. Animal cells only do one. So animal cells need energy, right? Because animals can't produce their own food. So what will happen is that food is taken in to the organism, and there's a chemical process that takes place in the mitochondria, and what'll happen is that with sugar or the sugars from the food and the oxygen, a chemical reaction will take place in the mitochondria. Carbon dioxide, water, and energy are the products of that chemical reaction. Carbon dioxide is released. Water and energy are distributed throughout the body of that particular organism. And we need energy to do stuff, right? To grow, to move, to do all those things. Well, plants need energy to grow and produce seeds and all of that as well. So another type of respiration that takes place in animals is regular respiration, where we take in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay, so when that happens, we know that that takes place in the lungs, and what'll happen is that through that process, that's how we get oxygen into our bodies, and that oxygen is then able to go to the cells along with the food energy, and in the mitochondria, that chemical reaction takes place between the food as it's been digested and oxygen, and then we have those products. Carbon dioxide is released. Water and the energy from the chemical reaction are then distributed through the body. So, photosynthesis works by carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Okay? Carbon dioxide and water come together in the chloroplasts. The energy from the sun creates a chemical reaction within the chloroplast. Glucose, which is a sugar that the plant uses for energy, is distributed through the plant. Oxygen is released because it's a waste product. Cellular respiration works by taking the glucose and the oxygen, okay, and through the chemical reaction in the mitochondria, carbon dioxide, water, and energy are the products. In class, we'll be taking a look at the similarities and the differences between photosynthesis and respiration. So if you want to jot some notes down in terms of some similarities and differences between the two, fabulous, then you'll be all set to go. And then in class, we'll be doing an activity with photosynthesis. Remember that all assignments are found in Canvas along with the due dates. So please make sure that you're keeping track on the calendar as to when we're having classes, when we're not having classes, and the assignments. Everything should be pretty much up to date. And with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.